2 heats were left to determine the last 2 positions in the run for the World Championship. In the championship division heat, Chet's Music, piloted by Ron Armstrong, took the lead and was unchallenged throughout the run.
Now, I mentioned earlier that Armstrong was the fastest qualifier in this division. In fact, he was nearly 10 miles per hour quicker than the other boats in this field. And once again, his dominance, that turbocharged Allison power plant, very much in evidence. He ran away with his opening heat. He came back and did the same thing in this one, quickly opening up a solid advantage. No one was able to seriously challenge him.
With Ron Armstrong's superior speed, he went on to victory in this heat, but a wonderful little fight developed between the conventional design of the Executone, driven by George Johnson, and Molinari's little Italian boat. But the Executone moved decidedly into second place, forcing Molinari backwards. He then began this battle with Jimbo McConnell's boat, a repeat of what we had seen earlier in the day. Only this time, McConnell had learned a few lessons.
You know, Paul, we may be seeing the wave of the future here. There are 2 outboards, and of course, Molinari's tunnel hull design, and they're really going at it.
McConnell's crew made some changes in the boat, and he was able to stay closer to the inside line and gain the advantage on Molinari. So he moved into third place, pushing Molinari back to fourth.
Molinari's crew was concerned about a lack of straightaway speed. They feared they might be down as much as 30 miles per hour. This seemed to bear it out.
So with his victory, Ron Armstrong moved into the final run for the World Championship. For Jimbo McConnell and Renato Molinari, there was still one last chance. The Consolation Run, an opportunity for 6 boats that had not yet qualified. One of those would be chosen to move to the final round as well. As they began the last chance run, Renato Molinari and Jimbo McConnell renewed the battle that they had been involved in throughout the day. Molinari's boat was constructed with monies from the Italian Boating Federation. It uses the tunnel hull that he himself designed and the twin outboard engines. Now, Molinari here, of course, wanting to follow in the footsteps of Count Theo Rossi, who in 1938 was the world champion as an Italian.
Molinari's presence lending a true international feeling to this World Championship. Rounding out the field in the final heat, Johnson in the Executone, Schaefer in the American Speedy, Snyder in the Rich Plan, Molinari, McConnell, and Todd Yarling in the Tostiasti.
There we see Jack Schaefer go into the lead around the outside and down the back straightaway. You know, Schaefer did well in the early going, but then he had problems in his middle races, and now it looks like he's back on the pace, going for it again.
So whatever problems the American Speedy had earlier had been corrected by the crew, and Jack Schaefer went on to victory and to a position in the run for the World Championship. Afterward, he talked with JR.
Jack, nice going. How's everything out there?
Well, the water's pretty rough, John, but we're real happy. You know, we won this heat, and our day started lousy with the first heat. Had a mechanical problem. The second heat, we had a driver stupidity. But I finally got my act together. I'm a slow starter.
Well, now this puts you in the final.
We are in the final, and we're going to go for it for the final heat.
What do you mean, go for it? What exactly do you have to do? What do you think your odds are, and how does it stack up for you?
I think they might be pretty good. You know, we've run a very conservative program all year long. This is a World Championship here in Houston. Bob Taylor, the owner, is from Clear Lake, and we had a little crew meeting, and we're just going to, whatever we've got left, we're going to expend it, and whatever tricks I can think of, I'm going to show them.
Well, congratulations on a win, and good luck in the final.
Thank you, John.
Ron Armstrong also made it into the final round. Gary Gerald is with him.
All right, Ron, you're in the finals. What are you going to do to offset the dominance now of the Atlas and the Bud? What's your game plan as you go to this final race?
Well, I stay out of their way, to tell you the truth. They seem to have a cat and mouse game going on the inside, and sometimes they get themselves piled up a little bit, and that's what I hope for. And we usually just try to make sure we're where we should be and out everybody's way, and go for it. Well, we wish you well. Thank you very much.
So 6 boats have been chosen and are ready now for a run for the World Championship.